Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, 4gEclipse Customs. So I've had requests on Instagram, Facebook, etc. Asking how did I make my custom taillights for my Eclipse. And this is going to be a brief short little video on how I did it. I'll try to get through this video as quick as I can, but it might take a couple minutes to explain it. So to start off, take your taillights out, of course. And you're going to want to put your taillight in the oven at 200 degrees for 14 minutes. Now that temperature is just right and not too hot, but just right in order to release the glue and stuff on it. Now when you take it out, it's not just going to come off. You got to use a screwdriver. I used a flathead and went along the seam of it very carefully. If you don't want to go too fast, because then you could break it and crack it like that. Now I didn't do this one. The lens was already off the taillight whenever I purchased them from a guy on Facebook. Now, this one had a different lens. The lens that came off this one is on my car now. But when you get to the thicker parts here and trying to take the lens off, it will break. Like every single pair that I've done, it will chip off. Now, if you could go super carefully and you might break only just a tad bit off. Like, see, there's not hardly much broken off on this at all. And then the rest is just clean off. Like, there's nothing else except that piece. That's probably the only chip part that's on there, if you go careful enough. Now, to take the chrome housing out, there's 3 screws on the back. They look like this. It's a star bit, if I'm correct. Go to the back of it. There's one going to be here, right here, and there. And then once you take those out, then the main part of the chrome should come out with the lights on it. Now to take this part out, it's just one screw. It's the same screw, but it's right there. And then you take that out, and then you can push all of that out, and it'll just be the housing. Now this is another taillight I already had whenever I first had on the car. I tinted them, and I really wish I didn't. But this one I already blacked out. And this one's already apart in pieces, so I can show you. Let's see. It comes apart in 3 layers. You've got the light, and then there's, the little reflector piece that goes in front of it, and then this. And that's pretty much it. Now, the light, the LED strips that I used, this is the name of it. The Tizumi LED. That's the thing, that's how you spell it right. Now, this is a spring lamp that I made, but this has the same lights on it, the same brand of lights, and it has that little clip right there. Now, this one, you can change, the color of it, make it fade and crossfade. That's how, in that video, that's how they were changing colors. But it comes with a Bluetooth app, so you got to use the remote. You won't be able to use it on the car because, the sensors for it are in the taillight, so... But anyway, so what I did to get them in the taillight is the main parts that I drilled was I drilled this piece and these 2 other pieces. Now, what I drilled first was I drilled this part first, right here. No, sorry, forget that. Don't do that. First, I drilled in the center of this piece right here, right before this lip right here, right there. A good size hole in order to fit... If I can get this here, in order to fit that little piece through. If you make the hole smaller than that, you're going to have a risk of cutting this, and it will not work. I made a mistake of doing that first. I bought, like 3 new pairs of those lights, and I made the hole smaller, and it chipped it, and now the light flickered, and it wouldn't turn all colors, so I had to put a new one in. But make sure you drill the hole bigger than that clip, right here in the center of this, and then whenever you get that done, what I did was I placed it back inside the housing here. Let me get it back on here. Put it back on the housing, and I flipped it underneath it, and I kind of pinpointed it where it would be at. Really. But you could do it any way you want. You could drill this first, but my holes are in the center of this little piece right here. That's how you can do it. And an easier way, I did it more the complicated way, but you could just slide this piece in there and then just drill straight through the bottom of it and through this plastic thing if you want to get like precise holes on it. And then you're going to have to do the same wherever this hole lines up on here. You're going to have to drill through this to line it up. And then once you get all that done, I cut the strip enough to fill up this little area right here. Now, it's not going to go completely straight. You're going to have to go kind of an angle, kind of a spiral to get it to fit in there. And then when the whole tail light is together, I'll just use this as an example since it's already together. You're going to want it's going to stick through the bottom right here, of course, through the plastic thing there. It's going to stick through the bottom. It's going to come through out to the bottom here. Now, I left it probably maybe about 2 inches of the LED strip. That way, I can peel the underside off and then stick it to the bottom of the tail light here. That way, it would stick to it and it won't be wiggling around, And then, you just plug it up, and then I snip the wires, and then you can wire it up how you want through the system. You can wire them up to your tail lights or wire them up to your running lights. It's up to you. But I personally didn't want to do that because I'd definitely get stopped by the cops. But all in all, this process is really simple. When you're taking the lens off, it takes a good minute to take them off because you want to be very careful. Because you don't want to break it at all. Because, if you do it wrong, you could chip it like that. Now, this was already chipped whenever I got my Eclipse, but you could chip it and break it really bad, and so just don't do that because you're going to be really upset. But it's really simple. Of course, then you can paint this however color you want. I like the black because it looks good. I might make this one into like a lamp or something, I don't know, or like a decoration light. But as far as that's pretty much it. The wiring thing is what take a good minute. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you have any other questions, just let me know in the comments. And I will answer those to the best of my ability. And, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah. I was trying to think if there was anything else I was missing. But, no, that's pretty much it. The glue that I used, see, there we go. I was about to end the video. But, this is the glue that I used to reseal the taillights. It's the Amazing Goop Automotive Contact Adhesive and Sealant. It's clear, it dries clear. So, what I did is I put it on the lens first. I went along the seam of the lens here. And then I placed it onto the taillight and then put tape around the edges. So I can place it on and I put tape in order to press it down and hold it down and let it dry for a couple hours. Then after they were dry, then I started wiring everything up. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. And like I said, if you have any other questions, just let me know. And I will answer them the best I can. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching, guys.